Hey guys, Scotland's Football here, back with another video, and today's video is another game week of the Premier League score predictions as it's game week 4, and this video will get your weekend off to a really good start. I don't the weeks fly by really quick. It wasn't so long ago, it was last Saturday, so I've got a good weekend planned. I don't know about the rest of you. As I'm going to an away game tomorrow because Stafford Rangers are away at Buxton in the FA Cup second qualifying round. Before we talk about that and about everybody else's weekend, before we get into the video, but I will talk about the Premier League predictions for game week 4 now. So right, let's get straight into the video then. Right, the first game is Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. London derby. One's from north, one's from west, one's from south. It's not really a derby, but both teams are like in London. You know what I mean? Chelsea 4 points out of the last 3 games, and they got dumped out of the Carabao Cup midweek by Spurs as they got knocked out on penalties. 4 points from the last 3 games though, and Palace 6 points from the last 3 games. So Chelsea aren't in the best of form, but Palace are in a good form though, except their good form came to an end last Saturday against Everton. But I think this is gonna be a really closely fought game. I think both teams will play well here, but I am gonna say Chelsea 2. Yeah, Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 1. For Chelsea, would you get the slight better of Palace here? Palace will play well against them, and sorely will cause them like a lot of problems. So right, on to the next game, which is Everton. Inform Everton with 9 points from the last 3 games. So Everton versus Brighton and Hove Albion. Well, Everton have picked up 9 points out of their last 3 games. I think they're top of the league, I believe. Have a quick look now. They're third, Leicester are top. But they're in the Champions League zones already. On Brighton's side, I think they've been rather unlucky in the last few games, Brian. So I look. They picked up 3 points out of the last 3 points out of their last 3 games. They beat Newcastle 3-0 and they lost 3-1 to Chelsea, where I think they were the better team, and they lost 3-2 to Man U when I thought they were the better team as well. So Brian played against Man U and Chelsea, and they were actually the better team, so they've done quite well so far, really. But I think this game, Carlo Ancelotti seems to know what he's doing. He's a candidate for the Manager of the Month award. Well, Graham Potter's still got some work to do with that Brighton team, but they're not a bad team, Brighton. They just underachieve every season. Well, Carlo's for Everton, he's strengthened their defence. Brighton haven't really brought in many names, apart from really Adam Lallana, and that's it. So I am going to say Everton's run is going to continue and go up to 12 points. I'm going to say Everton 3, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Right, on to the next game, which is sorely the biggest game of the weekend, which is Leeds United versus Manchester City. Leeds have had a cracking start back to life in the Premier League, and Man City have underperformed really. They did get a midweek cup win against Burnley, as they did win 3-0, and he lost 5-2 to Leicester last Saturday. I know Leicester got lucky to beat them, but that is actually still a really good win for them. I was going to say Man City were going to win 2-1, but I think Leeds will cause them a lot of problems, and Man City might not necessarily win this game. It could be a draw, or possibly Leeds could cause an upset. But I am going to say Manchester City are going to get back onto get themselves focused again. I think it can be a 5-goal thriller. I'm going to say Leeds United 2, Manchester City 3, and I believe Jack Harrison. I think he plays for Man City. I don't know if he's on loan at Leeds or he's permanent at Leeds. I'll just check now. Last season he was on loan from Spurs. Not too sure, to be honest. I'll have a quick look now. He was on loan at Leeds last season. His loan move's been extended for another season. So the big question is, will he play against Man City at the weekend? He'll probably be on the bench, or he might not be in the team because apparently there's something to do. I don't think you can fake your old parent club you're playing against. I'm not too sure. So I'm going to say 3-2 to Man City though. Right, on to the next game, which is Newcastle United versus Burnley. Two teams which is nothing really between really. Newcastle, I think they're going to be down there this season, down at the bottom really. And Burnley, I think they'll get mid-table really. Newcastle, that takeover was supposed to go through for them, but it didn't go through in the end. They pulled out. It's a bit tougher for them now, but they brought in Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, Jamal Lewis. So he brought in some good names to the squad really. So he's done some good business really. And Steve Bruce is a good manager. I am going to say I'm going to go Newcastle United 1, Burnley 1, just a simple draw. Right, on to the next game, which is Leicester City versus West Ham United. Well, Leicester City caused a massive upset against Man City last game, 5-2 against Man City, and West Ham thrashed us 4-0, and I don't think anyone saw that coming. I didn't see it coming, my friends didn't see it coming, even some of the Villa fans didn't even see it coming. No, I don't think anybody did really. But he did lose 4-1 to Everton midweek, so after he did beat us in the league, they might not be too bothered about losing 4-1 in the cup, but they're pretty more focused on what they did to us last weekend. But I do think Leicester are going to be a bit too strong for West Ham. I am going to say Leicester City 3, West Ham United 1. And do you think Jarrell Bowen for West Ham? He played very well last game. And let's not remember Harvey Barnes and Jamie Vardy, the one only Jamie Vardy at Leicester. Do you think they're just a bit too strong at the moment, Leicester? I think they're top of the league, I believe. So right on to the next game, which is Southampton versus West Brom. Southampton have had the best of starts to the season, but they did beat Burnley last to give them the first win of the season. And who scored? Say it with me, everybody. Danny Ings. What a goal scorer he is. So many he should be at a bigger club really, but he's a good player for Southampton though. But honestly, let me just say here, this is one game where I think West Brom can get something out of it if they want any chance of not staying up this season. I am going to say Southampton 1, West Brom 1, just another simple draw. But I think West Brom could be slight favourites against Southampton though. But I think this is a game where they got to get some points out of this season. The teams down at the bottom end last season, these are the games you've really got to get something out of them really. So right on to the next game, which is Arsenal versus Sheffield United. Arsenal are in form, apart from getting beaten in the league 3-1 to Liverpool last week. And Mikel Arteta, I think there are a few signings sort on going for the Champions League this year. But you never know. They've got Willian and Gabriel now. They sold Emi Martinez to Villa though. But they're doing okay, Arsenal. Sheffield United haven't had the best start to the season. I reckon they could be down there this season. Since I did predict them to finish 9th this season. God knows why I put them 9th. I should have put them like 13th and moved Leeds up a few places instead. I'm going to say it's going to be a simple win for Arsenal here. Arsenal 2, Sheffield United 0. So right on to the next game, which is my team Wolves versus Fulham. if we don't beat Fulham, I don't know what's next for us really. We're pretty classed as the favourites. Surely if Villa can beat them, surely we can beat them. Well, at Fulham, I'm telling you, they're going to struggle. They're the weakest team in the old division. Because they haven't really brought in anyone, really. And the only man that I can see helping them this season is Alexander Mitrovic. And if they go down to the like Championship, he will leave. He's a Premier League player. This game, I do think do we have enough in us to give a massive win for this game? But I'm going to say Wolves 3, Fulham 0. We're enough in us for this game, I'm not sure really. Right, on to the next game, which is probably the biggest game of the weekend. Not Leeds versus Man City, but this is probably the biggest game of the weekend. Manchester United versus Spurs. So, Man United are struggling on bringing players in, and they're not in the best of form. So they did win 3-0 against Brighton midweek. And you got Spurs, where Jose Mourinho is against his old club. And Spurs are through to Europa League group stages after doing really well in the qualifiers. The massive concern will be for them. They conceded 2 goals against Israel last game. And he won midweek in the cup as well against Chelsea, and we won on penalties. By the end of the day, Mourinho loves winning trophies, though, doesn't he? Spurs aren't a bad team, but they're not a great team, though. So for this game, I do think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to say Manchester United 2, Spurs 2. But that Jadon Sancho thing for United is surely over now. Spurs have brought in a few players. They brought in Gareth Bale back on loan. I can't think they brought in Joe Hart, and they brought in Matt Doherty, and he brought in Hulsenberg from Southampton. So some decent business from Spurs there, but they're not like best signings. But Matt Doherty is the class signing for them really. Right on to the next game, which is the last game. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Aston Villa actually had a decent start to the season. Well, that's unusual for them, to be honest. And when he did lose, they lost last night to Stoke in the Carabao Cup 1-0. They laughed at us when we lost to Stoke, and now look what happened. I know it's only the Carabao Cup, right? But Villa didn't actually play the weakest team out there, though. Liverpool are through. No, they're not through, actually. They got knocked out of the Carabao Cup last night against Arsenal. But I don't think Liverpool are bothered on the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. They're more interested in the Premier League and the Champions League. So I am going to... Apparently, you know that Liverpool sold Ryan Brewster to Sheffield United today. And I heard yesterday, Villa brought Ross Barkley from Chelsea on a 1-year loan deal. Good signing for them. Villa have got a lot of English players in the team now. They've done a lot of good business, really. So for this game, I'm going to say Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. So right, we're at the end of the video now. So if you did all enjoy today's video, do give it a like. Also, do subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on your notifications so every time I make a video. I hope you all do. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, fulfill it with lots of football. And I'm off to Buxton away tomorrow. So have a good one. So see you all around, guys. Have a good one. Bye, guys.